Fact.
So Surefour has briefly run Bastion here, but they're not going to do it, right? I actually think it's not very bad. I think it's pretty cool when it is run, because no team's ever expecting that to happen. But it's always done pretty well here.
It was the birth of El Presidente. Was I believe Surefour on that, and a couple bodyguards, a couple snipers. We have not really seen it since, and definitely not on the cart. Not the same strategy, just because you're way too vulnerable. The cart doesn't have a whole lot of cover, especially on this map on this first point. And no, I would not expect a Bastion here unless all else completely fails. Cloud9 just kind of screwing around with their composition right now. Although it would not super stun me if they wanted to run a sniper. I just don't think the people on these snipers are going to. But I'm all for it if Surefour wants to run. I haven't said it in a while. El Presidente out here.
All right, so Bastion's coming out, and this was actually the beginning of the El Presidente meme way back in the day. It was C9 with 2 Reinhardts, a Bastion, and they were just protecting the heck out of him. They are running the Mercy here at this Bastion, so the idea here is that Adam will be able to bring Surefour back to life. They have the Zarya there, so all the tools for a Bastion comp are here right now for C9, and we'll see if Kingdom has a response. And Kingdom right now having to take refuge behind that big Earl sign because they're caught a little bit off guard here.
They're huddling up. What do we do against this? Then he gets off of it, he's taking this high ground. Now they rotated in, Sherlocky comes up, gives him a sleep dart because they have to follow up to take him down. Surefour now out of turret mode, still getting some kills done. They clean up too. This is the chaos this caused. It's been brutal. Wolf finally takes him down, takes down Adam as well. The only one getting any kills on that side, but it is over right now. It's just Wolf running away, and he would be best served to probably just suicide right now.
Wolf against the world is going to win, and that was the thing about that Bastion composition there from Surefour is that they had to expend so much to actually kill Surefour. Sure, the Bastion himself wasn't getting the kills, but when you invest so many resources to take him out, guess what? The rest of C9 is pretty good. They can and will punish you.
Well,
here comes Red, nano boost on him, just in the party room right now, swing the hammer, just tearing through these tanks, does enough work for Mendo and Surefour to get the fall through, and that's going to be C9 taking this first point.
So here's the interesting thing, is that the Bastion and Mercy strategy did get killed. They both died, actually. They were Wolf's first 2 kills. So Surefour switched, he's on McCree, but Adam is staying on this Mercy. Maybe it's his home character, but it's really interesting because he boosted Surefour there, and Surefour got another couple kills on the top line, so it's just going to be Adam and Surefour like the good old days. It doesn't matter what he's running, and they're going to have a resurrection up here too.
I think Adam's going to get off this Mercy after the res, but for now he'll save it just until that first resurrection. You take a look at what C9 has here. Mendo going to be looking for the big Graviton. Kaikai's there to actually follow up his wins, which isn't the worst follow-up to a Graviton. You're cleaving 4 people, not bad. And Mendo right now biding his time. He's going to go for the Graviton under the ground right there, sets them up. 4 people in that Graviton, and Surefour is there with the follow-through. Gets a double kill. Not as bad for Kingdom as it could have been, but C9 definitely maintains momentum. It's Jesus coming in at the last moment. Nano boost into Death Blossom, takes down 2. The res does come up though, which keeps C9 in this fight. Still pretty back and forth as Adam right now. Oh my goodness, having just Guardian Angel away from Jesus as both teams still struggling for control.
Adam is so slippery on Mercy. He's always been one of the hardest supports to kill on his Mercy, even on his Zenyatta. So it's not even necessarily the mobility of Mercy that keeps Adam alive. It's his positioning that's always made him a top tier support.
All right, so I'm just gonna note this from Mendo. He has another Graviton up. He just used Graviton to start the next fight, has already charged up, burns down 2 more, and now this Graviton up, he might not even need it to seal second, but it's a great way of stopping a team if everyone comes out the same door. And these are hard doors to get through here on the defense. It's a very advantageous position here for the offense, one of the few in the game where defense actually has a really hard time re-establishing themselves.
They don't have the giant flashy follow-up for a Graviton, but a Winston Cleave on there, and then just some more poke damage could do a lot of work.
Wolf can open up here with a quick pick on the Wolf. Mendo now stuck with the decision. With 2 teammates down, does he go for the Graviton? He does go for the Graviton, but
right now, yeah, there it is.
Adam comes up. The problem is they didn't have really follow through for the Graviton right away. Still might be enough as Surefour looking for the follow through, but no, it's gonna be Jesus once more with the Nano Boost. Death Blossom takes down 2. And just like that, Kingdom holding on here, and I gotta say, hang on. Wolf still making it happen. Wolf on a triple kill. This is a support character, but no one told Wolf what in the world. I don't even right now.
I mean,
that was ridiculous from Wolf. What Ana carries towards the very end in a fight that really Kingdom should have won.
He made his name in E-League on Zenyatta, and there was one moment in particular, Control Center, where he murdered so many people in a hallway as Zen, got a 4K there. He's showing exactly what you can do with a alleged support character in the hands of a skilled DPS player.
Soundbear coming in here from Kingdom. They're not messing around and pushing this back, investing one of those key support ultimates. They take down Kai. And the rest of C9, though, able to sort back out the beginnings here. They are in a little bit of rough position, but Juvenile diving a little bit too deep, and now it's going to be C9 turning the table. Surefour going in, bops Man of Snow, and the tables have fully turned, and Surefour looking for more. Sherlocky, lucky he didn't get bopped there.
Looking pretty good for Cloud9, not really been slowed down off the back of Wolves. That's a great point too. Most of the second points here are tough. Like I mentioned on Kings Row, you don't want to have that long walk back all the way there to let the defense fully set up. So this is going to be Cloud9. They do boost Surefour on the Deadeye. He gets 2 kills immediately.
A quick strike here from Surefour, makes it 3, looking for Man of Snow. And McCree's supposed to be a little bit careful against Azaria, but the damage has been done. Surefour just cleaving through all of Man of Snow's teammates, and now the defense going to be on their last attempt here. Lock going to come down to Juvenile, looking for the Earthshatter. Doesn't have much HP, has to just rush it. Only knocks down 1, buys a little bit of time, but finds himself in the air from Mendo's Graviton, and C9 being relentless. They're going here on the final push, 2 extra kills. They just need a little bit more, and they will be capping out Route 66. Mendo continuing the burn down. Wolf just trying to buy time, not going to do it, taking a breather, but will fall. And that's going to be C9 finishing out Route 66. I think minute 28 left remaining.
That was pretty stunning. I mean, the opening salvo with your Bastion worked well enough. It ended up being a 4v0 towards the end of it, and then just boosting Surefour all the way through. But I mean, the play by Rolf, the importance of second points in most of these payload maps cannot be overstated. It's generally the longest walk between where you begin and where you need to be, especially when that point is close to the end. Letting a defense set up in that position is rough because the defense has a tough time actually pulling these fights out when you're already rolling. As you mentioned, the entry for the defense on second point, Route 66, probably one of the hardest in the game to actually get through. Then Rolf just clutched it. There's not really a whole lot more to say about that. Anna can do damage. She does have 10 bullets in her gun that can heal or damage depending on the target. And Rolf just murdered people. It's simple.
You know, Surefour didn't even do a whole lot on Bastion in the beginning, but it forced all of Kingdom to focus on him, and then that left their positioning open. And if they had no time on first point, barely any on second point, and this map is just way too big to even leave a minute 30. It's gonna be pretty rough.
I must say you look.
The thing about Route 66 is that teams don't even always complete this map. It's difficult to bring things all the way to the end. And C9 was able to do it with plenty of time to spare, but I gotta say, Rolf probably more so than most other supports in the game, whether be on his Zen, be on his Ana, he finds ways of getting double, triple, or as we saw there, even quad kills in just nearly impossible situations. And when you have a support that can go off like a DPS like that, it definitely helps because C9 was able to roll that and win a fight that they probably shouldn't have won, and you get enough of those over the series, it really adds up.
Versatility of Cloud9 just always coming in here. You could probably put Rolf on a McCree, and you know you lose a lot, but not as much as a lot of other teams would. Just you can't say enough about it. They're gonna run a pretty standard defense here up top, just holding here. Mendo's gonna be on McCree, Surefour on a Reaper instead. So they're kind of squatting off though. I think Surefour wants to get up over the top here, but he's gonna have to be careful as Jesus is waiting up top. Ends up abandoning it. Pretty standard compositions from both sides though.
No side really going too crazy here, and the thing to watch is Jesus is going to be looking for those hooks. He's being sneaky, going around the side, looking for the max range hook. Finds Reinhardt right there, and actually still in him, laying in shot after shot. Rib, lucky to get away. It's going to be Rolf healing him up towards the end. If another hook comes in, down goes Surefour, and Jesus right now creating the disruption that Kingdom needs. They get the first pick off, they have the tanks in a rough position, and now it's going to be up to Mendo really to bring this back, and he's doing just that, laying in shot after shot over the top. Jesus is going to miss that hook, and now nothing's going to be able to stop Mendo for the next few seconds here as he tries to keep C9 in this.
That was a really important hook. He needed to hit that. They're going to Deadeye Mendo. He's going to John Wayne Mosey under superhuman strength here, try to get something going on. Not able to find much. Rotates over. Does find Man of Snow eventually. The Earthshatter does come down, and now it's just completely cleaned up. The two people who were coming in to reinforce are going to try to run and save their lives. They have to completely reset this offense.
Well, the key thing there for Mendo is that even though we only got one kill off the Deadeye, the threat of the nano-boosted Deadeye made everyone move. It gave up all positioning for the offense, and it still worked out very much in C9's favor. And speaking of C9's fair right now, Surefour hiding here to the back line, has Death Blossom at the ready. Kai holding on to the Graviton. Surefour knows exactly where coming in, and he's not going to challenge that directly. Some Reapers might have, and Surefour, he's just back out. So it's Kai with the Graviton, pulls in 5, Rib just charges on in, and 2 kills from C9 Hex. Doesn't feel like they need to burn too much more in the way of resources.
No, they need to deal with Wolf here at some point. There he goes. Finally does go down. Takes Kai with him, though, pretty late. And yeah, it's just perfect. You get the Graviton, you get the Ion Grenade, and you don't need to use much more. I think a lot of people overestimate how many ults you need to use in certain situations. I've been one of them in the past, but a Graviton is followed up by a lot of things that aren't ultimate. So again, as I said leading into this match, Cloud9's ult economy has been top-notch. It remains to be so.
Here comes Kingdom right now. A lot of ults on their side. This might be their window to take first point. Wolf is going to be waiting for that nano boost to use a Death Blossom. He's sneaking around the back. I don't think they realize this. Wolf, sneaky, nano boost in, coming in over the top. Just going the Death Blossom in the Mendo, eliminates him right away. Surefour doing much the same. Back and forth between the teams, but Wolf getting a little bit more towards the very end, and Kingdom very well might have taken this first point.
It was kind of on a razor's edge there as Mendo was looking to get his ultimate off, and then he just got rotated on by Wolf. Adam in the corrugated metal, staying alive.
Adam buying a lot of time there. I don't know if it's going to be enough for C9 to get back in the point.
They want to. Mendo's in, he gets the bubble.
The bravest McCree of all time. Mendo immediately getting dispatched for his bravery. Rip Mendo.
There's a lot of characters you don't want to go into an uneven situation with, like 1v3s. McCree's probably at the top of that list.
I mean, McCree does have a mobility to get out, has no survivability, just walks on in. It's like, Mendo, even if you had every headshot in the world, I don't think it's going to work out. Obviously, they're just hoping to get a little bit extra, but now this does create an opportunity for Kingdom as they have Graviton on the table.
Yeah, they're just going to kind of take what Cloud9's giving them right now. They actually, no, never mind. They're going to rotate up through the top. In a very aggressive charge from Juvenile sends Adam nearly off the roof. Does pay his life for it, though. Wolf is going to come and take down Rib 5v5 right now.
5v5 between both teams, and Mana Snow going to fall. It's going to be C9 coming in with authority towards the very end. Mendo taking out Mana Snow. And Mendo definitely been holding things down here on this McCree. Hasn't been absolutely sterling, but has been getting the kills where it's been needed. Hasn't really been putting themselves in too much of a bad situation, minus whatever happened at first. So, been a good game here for Mendo, and Mendo and Surefour really being the heart of the C9 DPS, but can't say enough about how Rolf has been playing this game either.
I do like what Kingdom did the last time they were trying to get something going. This is just brutal. Yeah, where you get the Graviton in, you charge out the Reinhardt shield, and that's going to open things up for Mendo to do whatever he wants. Gets another Deadeye, couple kills, 2 there, so that is just really tough for Kingdom. They're down to their last push going in here. They will have a ton of ultimates to work with, but there's going to be some nice ones up on the side of Cloud9 as well. The big one, the important one to look for is probably going to be Rib. They need to do something to isolate the Wolf-Sherlocky combination that's likely incoming.
Well, that is absolutely what's incoming. This is what Kingdom has been clutching on. Wolf looking to be the hero. Has to immediately back out. 2 of his teammates are already dead. There will be no nano boost. Is he going to go for the raw Death Blossom right now? No! Just getting thrown off there by Mendo. And now for Kingdom, the only good thing about that there, Hex, is that they died so early that I think they will get one last attempt at this.
Yeah, silver lining is that if you're going to die, they all die. So Rib did use his Earth Shatter there, so that's one of the ways you can control the combination that you're looking for. He stopped it before it started. I wonder, though, if you kind of just don't want to bait it out and then deal with it, because now this is a fight that Kingdom can win.
All right, so for Kingdom, again, they're going to be clutching on Wolf. Wolf coming in off the side, waiting for that nano boost. Nano boost is in. He's going to spin in, immediately removes Mendo, but the rest of C9 backing up pretty heavily here. Kai again, take one for the team, has to draw him back, but while this is going on, everyone on C9 is dying. The Reaper on a combo has done its job as far as distractions go. We're in the overtime, and now the question is for C9, how heavily do they try and contest this? They can get out there in time, but they're going to have to go through a choke point, and this is always rough for a defense.
Well, Mendo was going to come out through this door. He looks like he's going to go out through the other side. They will contest this. They're just waiting for some bodies to get here. They don't want to contest it all alone, but they will if they have to.
Get in there.
All right, well, they put the nano boost on the Surefour. Surefour didn't necessarily have targets right away, and he gets slept. Night for Surefour right now. Gonna have to sleep this one off. While this is going on, Mendo on the Sherlocky, but Wolf just smothering, gets the double kill. Going to keep things going here for Kingdom. Surefour has awoken from his nap, but he's found a lot of people on his team gone during that exchange. And Kingdom going to live on here in all likelihood.
They will get it to this point. They are in overtime there, get the extra 90 seconds to get this to the end. So already a slower time than Cloud9 was able to achieve. But I gotta say, Wolf has been playing really great just yesterday and today. If this was a tryout, you made the team, kid, in my opinion. Wolf's talent has never really been the problem, though, but he does seem to be gelling well with the team for now, at the very least. And we do have a switch up as Short 4 is going to go on the May for this last point. It's a pretty decent point forward. It's such a narrow hallway. You can cut teams in half all the way along the path.
May's just grant a leg, but here comes Basto. He's going to hit the Graviton. Wolf going in for the fall through. There's only Zarya in this Graviton, but Kai goes down. Kingdom still at a numbers advantage. It's going to be Jesus with the McCree cleanup. We haven't seen him on McCree too often here tonight, but he's making it work. Looking for Adam, having to back out, but overall momentum in favor of Kingdom. But take a look at what Cheer4 is doing there in the back line. Still stalled out for an extra 8 or 10 seconds or so. And that's going to let the rest of C9 get back in and have an attempt at defending this.
It was Short 4 and Adam, because Adam was on the cart preventing any forward progress, while Short 4 was the distraction in the back line. So this is the last fight. They're going to have to win this, or this is going to be Cloud9 taking the first map.
Here comes Kai right now, holding on to the Graviton. Earth Shatter going to come in, doesn't get as much as they want. Sound Barrier in for the defense. C9 looking to win this right here, right now. They're down rib, but still have resources. Kai throws in the Graviton, pulls it forward, but Jesus! He comes in with the Deadeye, takes down 3. The ultimate time for C9 a little bit off, and they've opened the door for Kingdom to finish out Route 66 and stay alive.
Round 2 complete.
Jesus, working miracles there towards the end. I'm going to do that all night. I love his name. They really needed a lot of strong plays out of individual DPS. They were down 2 at the last time. What I like about this Kingdom team, too, is not just like the style that they play, but they do seem to clutch when it's back against the wall and they have one play left to make. And I do think, you know, maybe it wasn't intentional when they did it to Immortals and they wasted all the ults of Immortals when they added push. Maybe it wasn't intentional that they wanted to bait out all the ultimates before they did their last push here on second point either. But either way, they've done it twice now, and they put themselves in great positions going into the last fight they have to.
Absolutely, and so you take a look at this here. Oh man, Hex, Kaikai's never let you off the hook for that.
It's fine.
Forever and ever.
It's actually never gonna go away. It's gonna be 3 years from now. And who knows, Kai could have moved from player to analyst by that point. He'll be like, so Hex, what rule set is it in the middle of the biggest tournament of all time? So good luck with that one, but either way.
We were giving it back and forth to each other in Discord already too. So like I do take some guff from Kai, but I'm definitely giving it back. I don't just take a beating.
Either way, take a look here. It is going to be Kingdom on the attack once more, and this is where they really need a big overtime push. They only have a minute left, so for them, the way of catching up time and making it even is that not only do they need to win a fight early on, but they need to keep the momentum going and keep C9 staggered. Easier said than done, and Cheer4 actually coming on the May really early here.
It's pretty interesting. I think he was looking for someone if they were going to rotate through the top because he knows they have to be pretty aggressive here and was going to try to catch them off. Kingdom's also a team that's taken unorthodox angles in the past, so he was just looking for something a little cheeky and maybe shut it down with a simple ice wall right away.
Here comes Jesus right now. Again, similar route where he's just looking for the hooks over the top, and he found a big one. Got Adam, but the ice wall going to save Adam. What great reactions there from C9, stopping the Lucio from dying to that hook, and C9 with the immediate punish as everyone from Kingdom had overcompensated to get that pick off.
Yeah, they're staggering some deaths now too. Sherlocky's going to take the smart way out. It is going to be tough for them to even get back to the carts. They're going to have to... they're not going to get back to the cart. Maybe there's going to be a charge that comes in here. Reinhardt gets slept on his way in. Really nice dart there coming out. Wolf does find a way to touch the cart. So it's just
and we're in overtime,
but this is rough.
This is full in overtime. There's a blizzard on the point. I don't know if Kingdom can do anything here. They have to get back. They have to touch it, but time ticking away, and C9 with an absolutely fearsome hold. And now, they have 2.5 minutes on their own attack. Not impossible for Kingdom here, but just nearly. That would be a very long time to hold that far up.
Yeah, it's a monumental task, to say the least. You rarely see the yellow box of victory there right around the bend. They're going to have to hold that very first corner, and that's tough because you're kind of giving up all the high ground that you want. You're giving up every single aspect of defender's advantage when you have to hold there. So they might actually posture up at Big Earls and just make sure that when it gets about 70% of the way through to its progress, then they fight and hope for the best.
Speaking of hoping for the best, no matter what team wins this, I'm still hoping that Rolf gets play of the game. Like, we see Ana plays of the game so rarely. Please let the dream be real.
I'd agree. I won't send us back to lobby.
Please do not send us back to lobby.
I'm pretty sure Kai would just find a way to find my address and murder me.
I mean, he actually already has his address. He went very in detail on plans for you at BlizzCon specifically. I'm not really supposed to repeat it, but I would just say, you know, sleep with one eye open, Hex.
Yeah. Let's put my eye patch on the other eye.
All right, so take a look here at the offense coming out here from C9. They're not going to be opening with that Widowmaker. That would be pretty strange to see Adam coming out on that. Kai here just making sure that Kingdom isn't running any shenanigans in this front cart. Really a good idea for most teams. You're not losing anything by doing that. And Kai will be coming in the Winston, and guess what? Bastion is out here once more.
Hey, they didn't have an answer to do it the first time. They are not running anything specifically to answer it this time. And the chaos it caused the first time is enough to get that point all by itself. So we'll see. They do have Jesus lurking up here. Can he get a hook? He gets slept immediately.
Gets up to me. By the way, that is the BlizzCon Bastion skin, if I'm not mistaken. So, sure for showing that he was at BlizzCon. Tearing through Jesus there. Sets him up for Mendo for the easy dunk at the end. 5v5 now for C9. Remember, C9, they don't bring this very far. Sure for just melting through this Kingdom squad. They don't have a response to this Bastion just yet.
He gets slept and woke immediately. That is 3 kills for him. Only Sherlocky and Ajax left alive.
Damage increase.
And they're moving it in. C9 right now so close to taking this first map. It is a best out of 5, but they want to win this right here. Right now, Mendo on the cart, looking for pickoffs. No one on him right now. We have a last desperation tracer coming out here from Jesus, but his team is dying all around him. C9 from control, and it just seems like a matter of time. They almost have it. And C9 one more kill away from taking this. The payload moving to its final destination, and that's going to be it. Cloud9 takes map number 1 right away from Kingdom.
It's a good-looking Bastion skin.
It's a good-looking Bastion skin.
Not only is this a good pick for Cloud9, as they run Bastion on this map, but it's even a really good pick in these overtime situations where you have pretty much one defensive set up, and even if the cart had gone, like, to the end of first point, even then it's still really difficult because you give out the damage and whatnot.
I'm upset. I am incredibly upset. Why? I'm flipping tables right now. It's full on riot mode. Like, we need SM Orcs in chat just to riot over that getting play of the game and not Rolf. That, I feel robbed right now.
Do you not like Ana Reaper alts? I've watched a lot of them. They're kind of cooler than Mercy alts. Play the games, rather.
Man, there was a point where we got nothing but Mercy plays in the game.
They are a little cooler than Mercy alts at the very least.
Oh, man. Well, at least we saw Rolf in the moment. It would have been nice to see everything from his point of view. Someday, guys, someday.
Dude, ZP, I might have played like 1,000 games of Ana 1500. I think I've gotten play of the game like 3 times.
She doesn't get play of the game very often. I mean, you'd basically just have to DPS a whole bunch of people down, like Rolf did, but then also not have a Reaper in the game, so...
So then your chances are down to 0.
Chances are down pretty high, I'm not gonna lie.
So that was the map Cloud9 was definitely supposed to win. Now Kingdom has to send it to King's Row or Lijiang, and they are going to be sending it to Lijiang. They honestly need to win this one, and they need to win King's Row for them to have any chance. If they lose Lijiang, they're one coming back from down 0-2 to win 3 in a row is so low anyway, but they're not even going to have the best chances of maps to take it back.
All right, so waiting here to get started on Lijiang. Kingdom saying they're not ready here just yet. Or it could just be trolling C9 at this point. It's really hard to say. We've been in this situation before.
Cloud9's not a team that likes to wait.
No. C9, they're not really known for waiting. So right now we are waiting to get into map number 2 of our upper bracket finals. It is best out of 5. And let's take a look real quick. Do we have any updates on other parts of the bracket right here?
I was just checking. There are no results officially on the page. Let me check our match reports section.
No reports official on the page. Not like this. All right, so take a look here just so people know what's at stake and who's still in. Going into the day, it was Selfless, Tempo, LG, and Liquid all knocked into the lower bracket. LG taking out Liquid, so Liquid is out. Selfless taking down Tempo. Ray Dad is crying tears as Tempo goes down early. And now we're just waiting on Selfless Immortals and Splice versus LG. Great games going on in the lower bracket. And we should be able to catch up on that as we get in the lower bracket round 3, or potentially just lower bracket finals if both of those series go long and this series goes long. Either way, we'll be catching as many games as possible for you guys here today on the stream.
Another early exit for Liquid. LG is a good team, and maybe they should have played better than they had been. They also, again, need some more time to get accustomed to the land environment and, you know, Canada, as they've only come over recently, but not the best from Liquid right now.
Yeah, you have to be disappointed if you're Liquid. I think people, at the very least, expect more of them. I don't know. I expected more of them. Tempo was trying something different, so it's hard to really gauge how well that worked, but they went 0-3 yesterday. They did take a map off of Selfless, so maybe they have something they can build on. I'm sure that they're going to have internal discussions about what they're going to do on that roster, so it's hard to really gauge where they're at, but they're definitely trying new stuff, so we'll see. Yeah.
So I just need to apologize real quick. Unfortunately, my human AI script broke. Or we rehired the national sound guy, where again, like, he's had some rough times, guys. Please have a heart. We had to bring him back. These things happen. As the chat is still rioting. Look, there is a little bit of a stream delay, just so, you know, interest of fairness, all the rest.
Going to run exactly. I thought Rolf was going to be playing Zen. I had to say, you know, I'm probably just too strong now, but I think once the PTR patch hits, I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
All right, well, we do have Short4 is going to be running a Tracer, which is one of his better heroes. Hasn't run it too much lately, especially even not on King of the Hill, but this is a map that Kingdom really has to win. This has been their specialty alternative. Oh my god! 2 people off the edge immediately. That is a Cloud9 fight already over and 1-0.
Rib just coming in. Absolute devastation from C9 early on in that fight. That's going to win them the point pretty much for free here and get them a whole lot of ult charge to boot. So rough beginning here for Kingdom. And for Kingdom, I feel like this is a must-win map where, sure, it's best out of 5, they get another chance, but if they lose control, which they're very confident on, it's going to be bad. Oh my, do you see how greedy Adam is? Adam just looking for the boops. It is a specialty. Holding back a little bit here. Kingdom stuck on the bridge. Adam going in for the boop once more. Pretty even between both teams, but Short4 finding room to go in. As Adam still being relentless.
Rib just got hooked onto the bridge, was in the middle of 4 people getting focused on. A lot of it was Wolf keeping him alive on the fire. Now Rib takes his vengeance as he Kai cross the narrow bridge, take a couple out, and this is about as strong as an opening of a control map as you can have.
It doesn't get any better than this, and they're going to have a whole lot of ultimates up for the next fight. Kai hanging on to the Graviton. Not too many outs here where Kingdom just got to sell for some junk rushes here, unless they get a big pickup early. Probably not going to happen. And Kai Graviton onto the bridge, picks up everyone. Short4 moves in with the big bang. Just everything going C9's way right now. This is actually one of the most dominant control performances we've seen in quite a while.
It's going to be demoralizing, I think, because this is Kingdom's probably best map against Cloud9, you would think, and it has just been a shellacking.
It's been rough. There's no other way of putting it here. Rib still holding on to his Earth Shadow. This isn't even an ult advantage here for Kingdom, despite just getting thrown about this entire game, not really being able to use much. Earth Shadow comes over Juvenile, but what an Earth Shadow from Rib! Sets up everyone! Mendo comes in over the top of the fall through. Oh my goodness. Wolf does get the Deadeye towards the end, but unfortunately his entire team fell right before that. And now at 90%, the question is, can Kingdom even pull this into overtime?
I talked about Juvenile being able punishable in his play sometimes. He came around the corner, went for a solo Earth Shatter and one, missed Rib in that. Rib just decided to dodge it, go around the other side, and then just nail an enormous Earth Shatter. Rib has been the MVP of this stage by a long shot. Now they're actually finally starting to get some bodies here on the point, but they're down a couple players immediately is Kingdom, so...
They're down a couple of players. Mana Snow and Wolf coming back in. Kingdom looking for the overtime miracle. They might just be getting it, Hex.
They should be able to. They just got 3 right there. There's going to be a little bit of stall on the point, but they're not going to be able to roll in strong enough. Short4 is going to get out of there. They're going to concede it at 99%.
So for Kingdom now, They've opened the door, but the question is, will they be able to hold on for the rest of this map? Gonna be easier said than done. C9 gonna have a lot of ability to just bank up some ultimates and look for a good fight. And Sure4 just rolls in there, picks off Wolf without him seeing, has a pulse bomb up in just a moment, and Sure4's Tracer being a real X factor right now. Big bang combo underway. Doesn't actually get anything off it, but enough damage has been done that C9 in a great position now to retake this point and win round 1.
I think I just saw the smartest bait I've ever seen from Rib right there. He charged intentionally towards Juvenile, but threw his shoulder into the wall so it stopped him. And then, yeah, the Juvenile's asking the same question I am. Yeah, because he knows that Juvenile will recharge back. And Juvenile totally bought it, got all the way in. And they
Juvenile can't believe it, dude. Like, if that's a mind game, he's just, his mind is blown. Like, mindblown.gif.
Well, I mean, I saw it too, and like my eyes are wide. That was an insanely smart bait. It was so cool. Juvenile is, you know, he sees a Reinhardt charge and miss it. He's like, oh, cool, I'm gonna win against this Reinhardt. But took him on a ride and then got collapsed on by the rest of Cloud9. I'm pretty sure it was a bait, and Rib's never gonna tell you what wasn't now, of course, but still.
Well, it's like you're in a poker match with someone and someone's like, well, what cards did you have? And they just really, they let you think about it for a while, because a lot of Reinhardt play does come down to Rein games between the two, where you're trying to fake the other out. Obviously, if you talk with your Numlocks of the world, you talk with the Reinforces, they will go on and on about Reinhardts. Actually, Reinhardts, I feel like, have the most explosive opinions about other Reinhardts, good and bad. I think I've seen of any class in the game. But either way, first fight underway right now. C9 with better positioning on the point to begin with, forcing Kingdom through this tight choke. But Rib a little bit over aggro, gets punished by Jesus. So Kingdom trying to open the door here as they pick up 3.
If they don't win this stage, they're in deep, deep trouble. This has been their bread and butter.
Absolutely agree on that. They've done really well on these indoor maps. For one reason or another, they're just comfortable on it. They're comfortable here on the control center. They're comfortable on Sanctum for Nepal. Juvenile, though, is a little bit over aggro, and this has opened the door for C9 to come right back in.
Yeah, they do actually start off with a kill. Kaikai takes out his opposing number there, and this is Kingdom actually backing up now. They don't want to get into this. They know they don't have the positioning right now. They're happy with their 13% so far. They're going to have to regroup, come back in here. Wolf is going to have a Deadeye. I wonder if Wolf is going to try something sneaky. Nope, that is exactly where Short4's headed up. Short4 really likes this spot on McCree. He's been up here several times at control point in the past. He just loves the angles it gets. You can kind of ignore Reinhardt shield or just shoot over the top.
Short4 right now just hanging out here over the top. Going to drop down off of that shot by Rib. Ends up getting slept, but it's Mendo right now just working towards backline. Jesus, though, the immediate punish. So Kingdom, despite the Graviton, able to hang in here, and now actually pushing right back in the C9. Jesus right now is going to be coming around this flank, and there's really nothing that can stop him just yet. Almost gets hit by the blind charge, though. That would have been catastrophic.
I'm not sure why Short4 stopped down there. It was interesting. He had people on the ground. Maybe he didn't have the angle for the supports in the back that he wanted to deal with, but now with this boost onto Rib, they should be able to clean up a little bit more as they remain in control of this point as it steadily ticks up and away. There's only 4 up for Kingdom. They're going to have to completely reset here. They're going to have the combination that you want, the combination that defines the meta right now. On a boost into Death Blossom. It's just a matter of, do they have anything to slow it down? The way Rib's playing, he should be able to read this and shut it down immediately.
You would think that Rib also, if he doesn't hit them with the Earth Shatter, Wolf does have the Sleep Dart up here in the back. He's waiting for it, doesn't land it on Jesus here, doesn't even go for the attempt. But Jesus doesn't get as much from that as he might like, only picks up 1, ends up dying, but he's created enough of a distraction that Kingdom is now moving in, and Wolf has a lot that he can do to clean up the remaining members of C9, and C9 just backs out.
Yeah, but right now Kingdom has to probably win every fight from here on out. 20% goes by in the blink of an eye, so if Cloud9's able to take it, it's going to get down to desperation stall time. We'll see. It's kind of odd how much space Kingdom is giving Cloud9. They have not afforded other teams this kind of space to enter into.
Graviton and Deadeye coming out here from Kingdom. Happy little skulls. 3 kills here from Wolf. What a setup coming in from Kingdom. Shield ends up dropping at the worst possible time, and Mendo, the world's saddest escape towards the end. He was dead no matter what, but it's like, maybe the teleport's gonna work. No, it's not.
Oh, that's 1 fight. They're gonna have to win about 3 more.
They are on the way to bring this back, but this is kind of must-win here for Kingdom. They definitely don't want to lose the stage. They have to win 2 more fights. They might have a chance if they lose this one. It's going to be rough. Here comes C9, though. They open up with the Graviton. Jesus, though, the immediate counter finds Surefour, isolates him. They're not going to have to worry about that carry McCree here, as both teams are 5v5. And Jesus, hooks are unleashed, finds Mendo. Mendo getting CC'd on both ends there. So Kingdom now going to be 1 fight away from taking this round and making this a very close Lijiang Tower game.
Oh, they get a really nice late pick there too. That's really important because you don't want to be pushing in if you're Cloud9 without Surefour. That's going to afford them some space up front here too. It actually allows Zarya to poke a lot more aggressively than she has been previously because you're not going to get 2 headshots from a mile away from Surefour. So it gave him a little bit of space. Probably one of the last fights incoming. If Kingdom wins this, it will tie up the map.
Jesus right now looking for that all-important pick-off and just staying in the back. Doesn't really get a good attempt there. Rib, though, a little bit over aggro, finds himself in trouble, has to get immediately supported by his Zarya. And Ana pulling him back up. Great support there on the rim. Not sick of Luke Jesus going for the hook on the back. Gonna get slept instead. A big opportunity now for C9. Mendo holding on to the Death Blossom. Is set up by the Earthshatter. Goes to the back line. Starts spinning, but is immediately cut down. Mendo getting absolutely nothing. And the turnabout coming in here from Kingdom. C9's recapped the point, but they're certainly not going to be holding it.
Wolf had great positioning in the back to get his Deadeye as well. This should be in favor of Kingdom. They will bring it all the way back. They have a sound barrier as well. If the fight were to continue, they will win the stage that they had to win. I mean, if they'd lost that stage...
You don't get more must-win than that for Kingdom than that round. But now they're alive. Now they have an opportunity. They could be getting Control Center again, which really does seem to be their bread and butter within these control maps themselves. So... for Kingdom, they just need to get 1 of the outdoor maps here. Now, I mean, they're not actually guaranteed to get Control Center again, but the odds are high that they should see it again. We'll just have to see.
I felt like, just momentum-wise and headspace-wise, had they gotten beaten roughly or even beaten at all on Control Center, that you could have called series almost, because I just think that that's how good they've been on it against every other team, that if Cloud9's going to be able to beat you that strongly on your best stage, on your best map, then you're in real deep trouble just mentally.
So Kingdom gonna be rolling out here again. Jesus still on the Roadhog, going to be looking for early pickoffs. Surefour now on a Roadhog as well, so it's gonna be a Hog versus Hog here. Surefour very confident in his ability to flex to DPS tanks like Roadhog and Zarya when the occasion calls, so see whose Hog reigns supreme. As right now, C9 definitely winning the poke war. They're keeping Kingdom pushed back a bit, but Rib just a little bit over aggro. Both Reinhardts are down. No one gets shields anymore, and this is a time for Hogs. Jesus pulling in Surefour, and Surefour not going to get away. Both Hogs are down. This is a bad fight to be a tank here, Hex.
Oh, they've all just been pretty aggressive, just trying to throw hooks that are maybe not the smartest. Mendo's going to get this boost already because Wolf already has his charge up. They're going to actually take this fight at first. Mendo takes out a couple. This fight is over. Juvenile did not get the memo. He will be getting it late as he tries to take someone with him. Did he get a charge? He did.
I think that was personal for Juvenile at that point, pulling Rib off the edge like that. I just feel like, again, Reinhardts have a lot of bad blood between them.
Yeah.
Just, it seems to be a thing.
These have been some next level Rhine games, actually. I mean, it started on the first stage, but it's been pretty much trying to gun for each other. Juvenile smartly, though, does not go for that charge on Kai. Kind of exciting kid.
Ground time in from C9. Mendo holding on to that Death Blossom. Could be going in at a moment's notice. Takes down Juvenile, and it's just holding on here. Might not even need it. C9 getting the pickoffs that they need to get. And Mendo looking for the honor. Actually backs off. I think he was afraid of the sleep there. Plus, when you're winning the rest of the fight, why take that risk?
Yeah, that fight 100% in favor of Cloud9. Even though Kingdom was so close to sneaking that point, they had it at about 98% there, almost flipped over.
Enemy contact.
Alrighty, so we do have another hook coming in on the Jesus, puts him out of position. Surefour ends his life, and here comes Mendo, diving to the back line, a perfect setup. Double kill for Mendo, just carving through this Kingdom roster.
Everyone is dead. Jesus will be the first to revive, and they need to find something here. It seems like they've never really been in the best position to use ultimates. Man of Snow is going to have grab. They are going to have a whole hog. That can work at some degree, but Cloud9 making life very difficult to even find entry here. They are going to split off and try to find 2 different angles of entry. Sherlock actually in a strange place up above. This is a couple kills they need.
Graviton Surge into Whole Hog. This has been Kingdom's bread and butter. They only get 1 kill off it, but C9 is in disarray. Their positioning is a little bit rough. Adam, though, might have booped Juno off. I'm not sure, but Adam, immediate vengeance coming in. Jesus with the hook onto Adam, and this is still anyone's fight. Jesus, though, Unleashed here doesn't have to worry about shield tank, can get hook after hook in, but Surefour comes in towards the end, sets him up. And Surefour in this Battle of Hogs actually coming out a little bit ahead. Not going to be able to take out Wolf, though, as Kingdom does finally reestablish a point in Hex. They're going to have to hold for the rest of this map. They cannot lose another team fight.
It's going to be interesting to see where they want to hold to. I feel like they are respecting Cloud9 to the degree that they deserve, actually. They're not holding as far forward as they have on other maps. So we're going to see Sherlocky and Wolf jump down over the top of this, though. They're already in position.
Wolf right now
Cloud9's just going to move around. Wolf is completely out of position now. They're going to have to chase this in.
This has been happening a lot to Kingdom where they expect to go in for a flank, can't get, but Wolf comes in, starts helicoptering through, gets contained by the Graviton, but yet 2 people have still died here. And despite the containment coming out from C9, it's just not enough. They lost too many people too quickly in that fight.
Kingdom had to use everything, though, so there's that. Graviton is still up. There was just no point in using it, so the advantage is slightly now in favor of Cloud9 during this next fight. They only need the 1 fight to win this stage at 99%, so not all is lost. Some ults used, but yeah, Kingdom has to feel pretty good about that because they had everything set up to wreck them over the top, and then just the plans didn't go as they expected. They're going to retreat now as well. They're giving Cloud9 a lot more space and respect than they give any other team.
Absolutely. Here we go, though. We do have the Nano Boost in on Mendo. Mendo going to get contained by this Graviton. Stops him doing too much damage, has to Wraith Form out of it. Going to get very little off the Nano Boost, and now that the Nano Boost is over, his team is dead around him. Mendo versus Robot. Mendo and Surefour able to bring it right back. Surefour with the double kill on Hog. Mendo, late Death Blossom, still gonna do some work. Takes out 1, looking for more. Bye-bye, Wolf. And C9 now on the verge of bringing this back. Overtime quickly ticking away. And C9 now 1 round away from taking away from Kingdom what could be their strongest map.
Score 1-2.
I just want to see more Ryan games. I do think it's starting to get personal. Like they're focusing each other as hard as possible. It's been super fun to watch. RNG gods not in favor of Kingdom here, as we are not back to the control center for our 4th stage of the map. This is probably the worst roll they could have gotten. This was a terrible showing for Kingdom on this map. They have to hope to start better than they did last time, because it started as bad as it could for them, and then they were just never able to get their feet back under them.
It was rough, and the other thing too is, as good as Jesus has been, him versus Surefour on Tracer definitely feels more tilted in favor of Surefour. But here's the other Kingdom. They knew that at the very least they had to win 1 non-control center map in order to take this. So you're right, this isn't the best role that they could have gotten, but it is the hand they are dealt, as you're gonna see this Tracer standoff here between Surefour and Jesus early on. Rest of the team fighting near the bridge, and C9 again, they've gotten here much quicker than Kingdom, and Kingdom having the fight and was kind of a rough spot. Wolf gonna be first to fall.
Yeah, Rib just charged Juvenile right away. They just kind of met eyes and locked it in, but right now Cloud9 does have the advantage. They took down 2. There is some nice tank play going on back here. Are they able to clean up at least Mendo? Mendo is still not dead, and they're very out of position. Wolf is just playing so good right now, because the only reason Mendo's alive is because Wolf's in perfect position, perfect angle. Sometimes it's unseen what the Ana player is doing because they are a little bit away from the battle, but he has kept so many people alive when they should have been dead.
Alrighty, so C9 in dominant position once more. It feels like the first I saw is looking at him right now. He's looking for the boop. Gets speed boost in. Doesn't quite get it. I like the attempt, though. Rest of Kingdom trying to pierce through here. Wolf on the rib. And Jesus, now he's gone to the back line, looking for a little bit more, holding on to a pulse bomb. Do have Kai with a Graviton of his own, but very even between both sides. C9 perhaps a little bit more, but the stick comes at the end. Kai had his shield up, nullifies it entirely. All you've done is give Kai energy, and this should be it for Kingdom here. On this point, they're gonna have to regroup once more.
Yeah, they finished up the last of them. They had 4 in on the point, just outnumbered there. They did what they could, and Kingdom is going to need a much more coordinated attack this time. They used the Ana boost pretty early onto a Reaper who did not get much done in Wolf very early on in that fight. Seems like a lot of times they've thrown what they have at Cloud9, and Cloud9 has just reacted and disengaged to it perfectly.
Take a look at Mendo right now. Mendo holding on to Death Blossom. Earth Shatter comes in for Juvenile, doesn't do anything. Mendo, aided by the Sound Barrier, looking for an opportunity, countered by an enemy Sound Barrier, having to go way out of the fight. Wolf only getting one off his Death Blossom, and Mendo has rejoined the fight. No one's really looking at him to start things off. Almost grabs Mana Snow, but it's going to be Jesus here. He's going to the back line. Bomb takes down 2, and Kingdom might have just pierced through.
I think Rib did bait Juvenile into another Earthshatter, though. He did charge right at a different wall this time, just because knowing that Juvenile probably has his, you know, his mind set on killing Rib. He baited out the Earthshatter, lived through it, so the Ryan games continue here.
You have the Graviton coming in. Was anyone stuck in that? No, that Graviton gets absolutely nothing. Mana Snow with a wasted Graviton, and this gives C9 a big advantage here. Kai going to have a Graviton of his own up here in just a moment. Mendo going to be waiting there for the fall through. Here comes Nano Boost. Graviton should be up here in a moment, and Mendo right now running to the back. Everyone's spread out. Mendo just desperately looking for a target, not able to find it. Nano Boost goes down, and he gets absolutely nothing. Mendo just got played.
Might have been the worst boosted Reaper in the history of boosted Reapers. It started off with a really nice boot from Ajax. He got very brave and knocked him out of position. From there, Mendo was not able to recover. Regardless, though, Cloud9 is recovering from that as they take down player after player, opposition after opposition. They should be Cloud9 regaining the points after a little bit of stall out comes. Juvenile's going to have to try to get out of there. He's getting chased, but they should be able to, at the very least, retreat.
There's still a little bit of staggering going on the point. Kingdom ringing out a little bit more, but for Kingdom, they are going to be down here to their last fight. It is a must-win situation for them here. They lose this fight, they're going to lose the round and very likely lose everything. Graviton in for Mana Snow, picks up 2. Juvenile with the Earthshatter only knocks down Adam. Mana Snow learning how to fly, and C9 pretty even here despite the ultimate disadvantage. 4v4. Surefour gonna be looking for the heroic cleanup. Has one. Look where, but the Earthshatter gonna knock him down right then and there. And Kingdom, they stay alive, but they're gonna have to win 1, if not 2 more fights here, Hex.
Well, they've got Wolf with a Death Blossom, but Rolf is the one with the boost ready to go. Now, you can do this on a target that doesn't have anything ready, and I think they're gonna have to, because they're all way too far away to try to combo this. Would not be surprised to see Rip get this here. Not, they go to Mendo anyway.
Here comes C9. Mendo goes in. Wolf right now holding the back. He's just going to take a shotgun blast to the back. Had no idea Mendo was coming. Mendo soon to have a Death Blossom. 5v5 on the point. This is Kingdom arguably fighting for their tournament life. And Surefour, the late switch to McCree, doing so much work. How's that going? Jesus comes in, picks up 2. Kingdom fighting to the last, but Surefour, there is no answer for him right now, Hex.
No, and now it is just Ajax on the point trying to skate his heart out. Wolf is going to come in and stall it out. Might be a little too early on his stall, to be honest. It's not going to allow them to really get back in here. Here comes the Divas. Here comes the Winstons on the stall out as well. So these stall outs can work if you start seeing kills. But there goes Jesus, their best hope probably to get these kills and bring it back, as both tanks are going to be deleted on the point. Juvenile coming in desperation.
C9 right now, they're going to take it. Map number 2 going their way. They fend off Kingdom here on Lijiang, and now they're just 1 map away from booking their ticket into the grand finals. Kingdom against the ropes. They're gonna have to pull the reverse sweep. Here comes Mendo with play of the game. This is where C9 was going awfully deep, but hey, it worked out. Risky, but oftentimes can pay dividends.
Cloud9 just had better ult usage throughout that entire series, pretty much. There were some wasted ults also on the Kingdom end. Not only did they, use some Zaryas probably when they shouldn't have, the combinations weren't as effective as Cloud9. Big play from Mendo at the very end. His kill onto Wolf probably secured them the victory there. If Wolf stays alive, he's able to use his ult during that big team fight. Very good chance they take it.
Alrighty, so we are going to be getting in here into the next map. Kingdom going with another old favorite of theirs, going to be King's Row, where they're going to make their final stand and try and bring this back against C9. But I gotta say, guys, we've seen the C9 team grow over the last few tournaments here, where they have changed up the roster. It feels like they have really worked out a lot of the rough patches where they sort of weren't gelling as much. They feel much more like a team now than they ever did in the past.
Well, you have 3 people in 3 different roles all coming in. So sometimes if you're bringing in a DPS duo who've worked together before, it's a lot easier for them to adjust. But the tanks have to be able to work together, supports have to work together, and DPS have to work together. They brought in 1 new DPS, 1 new tank, 1 new support. So it's going to take them a while. The fact that they won the melee not too long ago after playing together for 4 days was stunning. I think a lot of that could be attributed to some tiredness on some of the other sides and maybe the field, but this team is growing before our very eyes, and I've always talked about how Rogue is such a good team because of the versatility and the hero pools they all have, and I think this Cloud9 team is stacking up to be very similar, because I look back at the game Mendo had when he was playing Zarya on Route 66, like, he played a really, really good Zarya on Route 66 that allows Kai to flex onto a Winston. He's probably the best Winston on the team from his old days of double Winsting it with Debit. So this Cloud9 team is frightening. The way they're beating people is probably the most shocking part of it.
We are going to have to see how this team does on LAN, and that is really the true test for all of esports, because online is so different than LAN. We never have really seen Mendo put out the big performance on LAN. All of the huge results that we've seen from him have come online. Even Cloud9 in general have never performed as well on LAN as they have online. So there are
crash there. It wasn't even, I can't even blame a DDoS or anything like that. Just things decided to crash. So should be getting in here in just a moment.
Get things back together. Wouldn't surprise me to see Cloud9 run Hanzo here. They've been doing it previously in Kings Row. I think it fits them. Mendo and Sure4 can both run it at very high level.
So I think really we just need to blame Sombra for whatever happened there. It's unfortunate, but you know what? Esports.
That time for scapegoating Sombra is coming to a close.
It really is.
Like
I know, but give us a little bit extra time here.
All right, well, we're back on good old Kings Row. Cloud9 is on set point to go to the upper bracket of the winners finals, in which they will only have to win lesser amounts than they're used to. Kingdom on the verge of going down to the lower bracket, but they played pretty well here on Kings Row earlier, and even some unorthodox tactics that we might be seeing again, as Ajax looks like he wants to roll out with this Zenyatta.
I mean, they got to win 3 maps in a row. They have to stop Cloud9 in the first 2 attacks. I think it's a pretty decent idea. The only thing I'll say is that before they were playing against Genji for Immortals, and the Zen is one of the best counters to Genji, and that will continue to be. So if Cloud9 really is going to do on the Hanzo play, like it might, Ajax could very well get one shot, in the first few seconds.
So we're taking a look here at the C9 roster. This is obviously not what they're coming out with from the front. I mean, it would definitely make developers at Blizzard happy to suck if we saw the Symmetra on offense, but I don't think that's going to happen up until she gets a rework. And now apparently just the players are mystified talking about hair. They're talking about Slasher's hair, Snow's hair from E-League, all these fabulous flowing manes. But Hex, what do we take a look here at the defense coming out here from the side of Kingdom?
Well, it is Ajax on the Zenyatta. He's been the only player to run it so far in the tournament. Defensively, though, it's of course going to be Juvenile playing Ryan games on Reinhardt's. Nothing really out of the ordinary otherwise, except Wolf is going to be on this Roadhog. So you might try to see some hooks here early on. Haven't seen a whole lot of Wolf on Hog so far.
Oh, Jesus, right now he's just sitting around the corner looking for the free Reaper damage. Actually gets poked down quite a bit, but it's Wolf! Finds Sure4, stops the threat of simple geometry. And Kingdom should be able to hold C9 back, and oh my goodness, the hooks just continue. The hits keep on coming. Kingdom with 2 quick pickoffs to help secure this first point.
That's such an important hook that he nailed right there. The Hanzo early on Kings Row is such a boon for your team. It gets another late hook, and Mendo, are they able to clean it up? They are. Although they did have to lose Juvenile there too, so they might even be happy with that trade. They're going to be going into a team now without a shield tank, and Sure4 should be able to feast.
The weird thing to me here is that it's been Wolf on the Reaper and Jesus on the Roadhog. They changed it up for this point, but for now it's been working out. Wolf right now going at the whole Hog Nano Boost, just ripping apart the C9 side. But C9, they take down Jesus. A lot going to be on Wolf's shoulders now as he tries to carry the DPS baton, waiting for Jesus to get back to this point.
Well, it's been a decent hold so far. If they can hold through the next thing is going to be the question. A lot of it is going to depend on if Ajax can transcend, but that's actually maybe not going to be enough. We'll see. Graviton Dragon incoming, so Space Dragon about to happen.
Space Dragon totally could be a thing going into this fight. Man of Snow, though, kind of out of position, down to 100 HP. Lucky he didn't fall there to Surefour.
If you can save that for the streets, you're much happier doing so. And I don't think they're going to have to use any ultimates here. Surefour's in great position up top to be able to know what's coming at him. There's no more defense for Kingdom here. And now, look at all these ultimates in the bank for Cloud9. However, it does look like Kingdom is about to be there as well. It's just going to be a matter of... I mean, you would much prefer the Graviton into Dragon in the streets. So everyone's much more clumped out.
Here's the Graviton Dragon. They have the perfect answer to it.
Yeah.
They have Transcendence. That's... Obviously, Zen hasn't been getting used as much, so it's been more of an insta-kill, but Kai can go for this here. Here comes the Graviton, here comes the Dragon, but here comes the Transcendence, keeping people alive in here, and it's going to be Kingdom coming right back. Earthshatter comes in late from Rib, might be turning it back in favor of C9, but you gotta love the response from the Zenyatta there to at least give Kingdom the chance of winning that fight.
Yeah, well, they did miss the third part of that combo, though. What you want is you want the fire grenade on a Transcend, right? Just completely shut it down, which is why we've seen it before. Apparently didn't go for it, did not matter after the fact, because Dragon was did something, and then Surefour just straight up arrows. Wolf gonna try out this Genji again.
The wolf marks his prey.
Well, going for the defensive Genji, and it's a little bit questionable here. I mean, I guess the idea is that it's not the worst against Hanzo. It's also not the most direct of counters. There's a lot of ways that Surefour can still get pickoffs on it. I'm not in love with it. And here comes C9, though. They have the nano boost onto the Reinhardt. Gonna be falling through with the Wolf. And speaking of Wolves, it's going to be Wolf coming in from the back, taking down Surefour. So for now, the Genji pick is working out. Caught Surefour a bit by surprise, but C9 still trying to apply some pressure to this payload.
They should be able to win this fight. They need to win this fight. I've talked about the importance of this point. This is exactly where you want to hold on defense after Streets phases a little bit over. This is a fine place to hold because you can count. It's going to be maybe, what, 20 seconds before the team gets back in here?
It's going to be a little while. It's definitely a longer run back that's relatively even between both sides. So if you can get a big wipe there in second, it's very much in your favor. And speaking of big wipes right now, Jesus almost having a Death Blossom up. Gonna try and be sneaky and catch C9 off guard. Was going for the bigger flank. Not gonna get it. The Graviton, though, sets him up. And is he gonna spin? He spins right into them. A 5K coming in from Jesus. And Surefour just getting unceremoniously thrown into the trash at the very end. Oh my goodness.
They just had no idea he was behind him. For a moment, it looked like he wasn't even going to need the Death Blossom, but wanted to be certain of it, so he was close to it. You can set up your Death Blossom when you're at about 85, because if you hit a big chunky shot, you're just going to be able to slam Q right away. We've seen teams set that up with the Ana combination before. Right now, it is Kingdom holding very strong. They go for the very flanky sort of Earthshatter. Does not work out as Juvenile goes down, but Rib also down.
Here comes C9 once more. Mendo and Surefour leading the way. Wolf, though, fighting right back with Dragon Blade of his own. Takes down Mendo in the back. Looking here for Kai. Kai, on his last bit of health, is able to withstand. Still alive, falling right towards the end. And overall for Kingdom, they're able to push back C9. C9 doesn't feel comfortable enough pushing back in. This has been a great hold at second here thus far, but here comes C9. Rib holding onto the Earthshatter, looking to drop it at moment's notice. They still keep up momentum. Nano boost is in. And Surefour looking to open the door.
Beautiful sleep. Beautiful sleep.
What a sleep coming in. And meanwhile, Jesus not sleeping in the back. Takes down 2. Looking for more. Finds Wolf. And just like that, off of that sleep, it's going to be Kingdom holding once more. And now they have the real possibility of getting this hold on second with only a minute 24 left. C9 really only has 1, maybe 2 pushes left to this.
Well, they're going to do it with Surefour on the Genji now as he, you know, I guess woke up from that nap a little bit cranky, does not want to play Reaper anymore, going to go to his Genji. His Genji is a very good Genji. I don't know if it's at the same tier as some of his other heroes, but we're going to see what he can get done with it.
Jesus right now holding in on the top. Definitely wise to him is Surefour. Surefour no longer on the Reaper, just going to a Genji, just trying to switch things up a bit here, which may or may not work in their favor. I'm not sure he's getting a Dragon Blade. He goes in over the top. Not a good position here for Ajax. Ajax, oh, the sleep again! It's Ethan! Oh my god, Sherlocky coming in, able to deal with that. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
sleep darts from Sherlocky, just absolutely on point.
We've talked about how good Rolf was in this series, but let's give a ton of credit to Sherlocky. That one ability has probably saved their last 2 fights, because Surefour has got himself exactly where he wants to be position-wise, and they just have not been able to capitalize that because he's been taking a nap.
And Snow right now holding on to the Graviton could have the key for stopping C9 here. At the very least, he can drop the sound barrier with the Graviton. Gonna burn off a lot of that time. Has himself in a rough position though, but all that's going on is gonna be Wolf and Jesus. Jesus spinning to the back, looking for a little bit more, chasing down Rolf. Reaper versus Ana right now in the pub. And even if Rolf wins that, it's not gonna matter. Outgunned, C9 getting held here in the Streets phase on King's Row.
Well, you asked me last time we were on King's Row, why do you think teams sell out to get that point? That's why. It's a good point for them to hold, and it takes so long for all the reinforcements that clock just ticks and ticks and ticks, and you don't get as many chances at it as you do at last.
And I gotta say it's been a banner day for Anas overall. I think there's a point there where just watching so much of Immortals and Kingdom earlier, I called Sherlocky Ithid for a split second, but Ithid also had a really great series, so just Anas across the board, just getting so good at their sleep darts, but Sherlocky definitely made that game his own, was able to shut down Share 4 many a time.
Well, path to victory pretty clear here for Kingdom to stay into this set at least and extend this series. Just get it past to where Cloud9 got it. Simple as can be. Easier said than done, because Cloud9 is going to, I believe, play some defense. See what Shorfer wants to run. He's going to bust out the defensive Genji. Okay, so we've seen a lot more Genji today, just overall, than we did yesterday.
I'm a little bit surprised with this. I thought he would be coming out the Mei.
He's going to hog.
I think the Mei has been very kind to C9 here. Coming out the Roadhog, I mean, it's not bad, but I would actually like to see Share 4 in the Mei, especially with how good he's been on it recently.
It's so odd with Mei, because there were times where she was, completely out of the meta. Then, of course, Blizzard got buffed a little bit, and she overall just got better. And then you saw her in every comp, and then they didn't change anything, and she's out of it. So it's been interesting to see Mei's rise and fall a little bit in the last several weeks, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with running Roadhog here. You want to get those picks. I guess it's just kind of how you want to play it. I think Mei's a little bit more stop them and then react if they do get in, whereas Short 4 on a Roadhog can just change the scope of a battlefield every 6 seconds.
He can, but I just feel like it's not giving the defense enough control. This is one thing I really like, how we're seeing some of the teams from the Asia regions play, where they have more control on defense. I think that's why their first point defenses are good, because this is powerful from C9, but all it takes is one good pick off from Wolf, and things are going to go very ugly very quickly. So we'll see if they can hold here for 4 minutes on first, but Kingdom already penetrating through pretty quickly here, and down goes Rib, the charge ill-advised. Jesus with the punish, 65 for Kingdom, and they have C9 in all sorts of a bad position right now. And oh, what a hook on the Mendo! Oh my goodness, I can't believe Mendo got caught by that, but that is going to be all she wrote for this point. Kingdom going to grab point A with all sorts of speed.
Well, that's about as dominant of a point A as you can take. 6-0 in the side of Kingdom, kills-wise, and that is as quick as it can be. They have a ton of time to work with. Remember, they don't even have to get to second point. They just have to get very close to it, so 5.5 minutes to do so. Well, that said, like I said, if they don't win these fights early on, it's going to be hard for them to, get it all the way to the end. I don't know is Cloud9 setting up this far back? No, they are going to rotate through here. Did they catch Jesus rotating through? They did see him.
Didn't see him in Share4 right now, content to be on the Reaper, hiding in over the top. Having to just drop down, though, going more frontline Reaper. The rest of the offense moving forward, and take a look at Sherlocky and Jesus right now. They have the combo they need. If this works out well here, Hex, they could just outright win this map. Jesus holding the cards to put down C9 here and force a map 4. If it's done well, it's going to be opened up here with the Graviton. Moving in, Jesus goes to the backline, starts spinning, looking for one. Going to force Share4 back. Nano Boost Reaper versus Nano Boost Reaster, but doesn't quite get as much as he's looking for there. But still, it's Kingdom just grinding down C9.
Mendo's trying to get to the backline. He does take down one there. I did not like how much ground C9 gave up there. I thought you could afford to fight in the streets once and then get back and fight here again. They just decided to have the one fight instead. It is way too late to do it. Let's give some credit to Man of Snow, too, because they rolled in trying to get their own Reaper in boosted, and they shut it down with an immediate Graviton. That's what really swung that fight. But Cloud9, I think, had a chance to take one fight in the middle of the streets and then fight again back there, and they gave up a lot of ground before they even pulled the trigger on fighting.
So Kingdom able to bring this back. Definitely seems like King's Row, one of their more practiced maps. C9, obviously no stranger to that map, but definitely felt a little bit weaker relative to other maps that we've seen them on. And play the game coming. This has to be the Graviton into the 5K.
I think a lot of that is because how good Jesus is on Reaper. And Reaper fits this map and has for a long time, ever since the Barret meta went away. This kind of is Reaper's, home stomping ground. So that doesn't surprise me so much. Jesus had better ults than Surefour on Reaper to Reaper, and Jesus had better positioning throughout this map. They also won the Shield War a little bit better than Cloud9 was able to. That's why they were able to get more space than Cloud9 wanted to give them, and then Cloud9 didn't have as many team fights as they wanted to. Additionally, the Zen actually worked out in the end. It forced Surefour and Kai to go Genji Winston at the very end. I don't think they wanted to. They were just trying to dive onto the McCree and Zen, and they were not able to get kills on either. And by that time, it was just too late.
Definitely agree. Also, apparently there's a new hero in the game. It is Rooster or Reester, whatever I said in the moment. It's just like, don't worry. It's like, look, it's a new Reaper skin. I'm actually just spoiling future content. Don't worry about it. Rooster Reaper, gonna be a thing.
We've had only like 2 good ideas for skins on this stream. One is Baseball Reinhardt, and I think Rooster Reaper is now up there too.
What? El Presidente for Bastion. Put him in a suit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this suit needs to happen.
All right, so Dorado going to be the next map on the way. C9, of course, no stranger to this map. This map, of course, I still think of Dorado. I still think of the old LG, now NRG squad, where they love Dorado more than any other map. But C9's definitely taking a liking to it over time. And I don't think we've seen Kingdom too much on Dorado. I think we've seen him in 1 or 2 games, but it's definitely not a map they really go on all that often. So we'll see if they're able to bring it through here. I would probably give the edge to C9 here. If C9 wins 3-1, it's still not a bad showing by Kingdom.
No, Kingsborough has looked good for them. It looks like a map that we can count in as one of their home maps among the control maps. I remember that old LG versus Cloud9 on Dorado. I'd never heard Slasher more disappointed. I think it was like Alienware April or May, one of the two. But that was when those two used to brawl it out all the time. They were like very definitely in the top level, and the LG had it and they tossed it away.
Nothing will frustrate me more than blowing 2 ults and then losing a team fight, and then blowing 2 ults and losing a team fight, and then blowing 2 ults and losing a team fight when you need 1 to win the map. And Dorado is one of those maps because you can defend on first point more often than other maps. You always have the opportunity to put yourself in a good position and then win like 1.5 team fights to secure the map. We won't see that as much lately. Teams have gotten a little bit smarter. Praise be, praise be. Cloud9 on offense, I can definitely see Hanzo come out. They've run that a decent amount. They've run Genji a decent amount. I think those are probably your 2 most likely options. And then Mei on defense has become pretty standard here for teams that can run it.
Mei on defense, in particular, just creates matchup problems where not only is Blizzard really good in the courtyard, but it's also really good at stopping you in the archway. So really would not be too surprised to see the Mei getting played here. Mei in general, I tend to feel like she still gets underplayed at points too, where teams just like, why not bring out the Mei? I think the answer to that is a lot of times, even if teams can run a Mei, they have players that have signature heroes that don't really want to go to her, even if it makes sense in the meta. Like, for example, you take a look at a team like FaZe. Do you really want to put Shadowburn on the Mei in most cases? You can, but teams tend to shy away from it.
I love the Mei on defense here because you just put the wall on the arch, it forces them over to stairs, and usually you can just have a Roadhog over there just taking anyone who dares to go to the stairs. So those 2 doors become essentially shut. No one ever goes on this back side anymore all the way through the upper half unless they're trying to run something cheeky with a Pharaoh, sometimes maybe a Genji over there. But I think Mei on this first point, specifically on Dorado, is great. I do miss the Junkrat days, but I miss a lot of heroes that we used to see.
We all miss the Junkrat days. I do think with Zarya getting less charge on the PTR, that is a huge incentive for teams to be bringing back Junkrat, because that's always been the biggest problem. Zarya's been in every single meta. You give Zarya 100 charge, then she gets ult really quickly, and it just snowballs from there. So I think maybe we will see a little more Junkrat as the time comes.
Yeah, Junkrat, I mean, there's a point where you used to see Junkrat Symmetra, and that was standard play here on Dorado for a time for many a team, and times have changed, teams have swapped things up. There was also a point where you didn't always, well, it was after some recent balance changes, but early on in this patch, you didn't always see Lucio on defense, for example, or on attack, and even right now, I guess we're not seeing Lucio on defense, but teams have sort of gone back in the era where they run Lucio more often than not. Kind of happy to see that Kingdom isn't necessarily doing that all the time.
Yeah, Kingdom is going to be running that defensive Zenyatta, which is what you're alluding to. They've been the only team to really do it. Ajax has played And Transcendence has saved them in a lot of situations. So it's also interesting to see that Kai is actually on this Winston as well. So I think he's going to be on stairs duty, trying to dive over there as the main forces both teams will just poke through the archway for the moment.
Comes Kai diving into the back line, not wasting any time. Assassin Winston on the prowl. Able to get out though. 40 HP for Kai, so everything works out. Discord Orber, no, I actually have no idea how he's still alive, but incredible damage has been done to this Kingdom backline, and they might just have to give this out immediately.
Yeah, he got so far into the back line, and then, yeah, that's it. Mendo's on the cleanup over there. They were lucky to escape with their lives. I think the reason he got so low is he wanted to finish off those kills. Played smart, though, to get out and then come back in later to finish the job. That's about as quick as you're going to be able to take that first point. Really interesting composition. I like what Kai is doing. Maybe they have the read that they are going to be running into a Zenyatta, and it's not terrible to run a Winston on a Zen if you play smart and you get out when you're discorded. This is what he did right there again.
I just feel like the focus fire for Kingdom there was off. Like, Kai absolutely should have died. Didn't happen, and it's just sort of snowballed in from there. Where that wasn't like a Miro-esque go-in where he was never dead. He was really close to dead and was able to get out towards the very end. Here comes Wolf. Nano boost Deadeye, and he takes a slumber. A great reaction there from Wolf, and this could be opening the door for C9. Some serious ultimates are down. He throws down the Nano boost towards the end. It's going to be Surefour with that Nano moving in and about. But he's going to be taking a nap. These Anas on both sides have just been on point. It's been incredible.
It's a hard ability to hit. It feels very funky, but there's the Graviton. There's both supports are up there. They do get the Transcend, and now he's just going to knock them off the edge with his Primal Rage. Completely separates the two. There goes Sherlocky in the background to Rib. There goes Ajax in front to Mendo. So the Primal Rage doing its job right there, creating chaos, separating the two, negating the Transcendence entirely.
Mendo has been silently having just a mammoth of a Zarya game. He's been charged up practically the entire game, getting 2 to 3 kills in every major team fight. I know it's easy to focus on people playing the DPS at times, but this has been huge from Mendo. Probably has top damage for his team right now, if I had to guess. Just melting people on the payload while Surefour goes to work at the backline. C9 showing why Dorado is one of their better maps.
And Kai himself runs a great Zarya, but it does open them up to run this Winston now too, so they can run triple tank because Mendo is playing a great Zarya. He had a great Zarya game on Route 66 as well. You talk about Mendo's versatility, we talk about a lot of it just on DPS. I feel he could play a lot of things really well, proving it right now.
Mendo just laying the damage on Zarya, keeping up a high charge, taking down Juvenile. We have Jesus into the backline. Death Blossom though, taking down 3. And Kingdom, with how well they've been executing Nano Boost Death Blossom, it has been one of the aces in the hole, and it's easy to get snarky about it, but really there is a big difference between teams that are really good at executing and teams that sort of go in haphazardly, and Jesus has been a rock right now for this Kingdom team when they've needed him most.
Well, they just boosted in their own Reaper, did Cloud9, and Sherlocky just put him to sleep again, because he does not miss sleep darts apparently, so that was the difference between that fight. That's why this Kingdom team is finally stabilized. I'm pleased to take a fight over here.
Graviton comes in, Kingdom trying to punish C9 in the doorway, not necessarily working the way they want. Kai popping the Primal Rage, knocking everyone around. Oh my goodness. Lucio getting the wall ride done for him there by Kai. And he's not going to get out. A beautiful leap punch combo by Kai. And now C9 on the attack. Gonna be able to make some serious payload progress here.
They're cleaning up right now. There's only 3 alive getting out here now. There will be at least one more fight as they will have time to reinforce. Juvenile has been relatively quiet the last few maps. He's got an Earthshatter up ready to go, so Rib does as well. Mind games. Cloud9 is have the advantage. Here comes another round.
Oh, here we go. From Mendo, the Surefour going to the backline. Death Blossom in. Doesn't get as much done as he would like, but still does enough damage. Ends up picking 2 kills towards the very end. And C9 in a great position now to end this map. They just need a little bit more. They're only down Adam right now. And Man of Snow just desperately trying to buy time for respawns. Look at Jesus though. Jesus is gonna have a chance here, Hex. Here comes Jesus at the last moment. Wraith forming onto the point, holding on the Death Blossom, moving into C9, moving in, grabs 1, almost gets 3, but he's done enough for Juvenile and Wolf to clean things up and stabilize.
They will hold that. And they actually had Wolf coming out there too with the Whole Hog too to knock them off of the card and into Jesus's area of effect. Death Blossom there. They get the kills that they need. They had to use everything to do it. Juvenile's going to have an Earthshatter up yet again and a Graviton, but Cloud9 will have a lot to work with, but that buys them another 30-40 seconds on the clock that they might really need for this map.
So for this should be C9's push. They're working with an enormous ultimate advantage, but Surefour gets slipped again. Sherlocky on point. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And the nano boost is in. Surefour comes right back up from that nap, takes down 3. Sleep Dart was a little bit early, though on point. C9 gonna viciously take this fight. And that's what you expect when they have that big of an ult advantage. So C9 finishing out with a time of 2:29 remaining.
Wolf just hit the hook of regret. It was sleeping Surefour, and he hooked him in the moment he got hooked. Yeah, Sherlocky's telling you that right now. The moment he got hooked, he got a Zarya bubble and was awoken by the hook, of course. Got a Zarya bubble, got the grav, or got the boost, and then Death Blossomed. All because Wolf hooked him in. I regret this immediately.
Jesus saying, I love this meta.
It is, well, every meta's been based around a particular set of combinations and a particular set of heroes. So this one stands out more in people's mind, but let's remember that for 2 or 3 weeks, people didn't even put it on Reaper. No one figured it out for a little bit. It was always the Reinhardt getting the Ana ultimate. And then people figured out, oh yeah, the thing that's tough about Death Blossom is sometimes you die, and if you don't die, then it's pretty nice.
Well, the interesting thing too is like when people really started putting Nano Boost on Reaper more was back during the Overwatch Open. It was that week where everyone was in Atlanta where it was probably at its height because it was really effective and no one really had great answers to it. And it took like some heroic plays for players like Hedan to land sleep darts. Back when people weren't all that good at landing sleep darts to sort of stop things in the moment.
Right. And maybe we're seeing the next step of this evolution though too, where the sleep dart comes in and people are hitting all the sleep darts now. So everything does kind of force its own reaction and things like that, but eventually, every time there's a giant patch that hits, everything changes. That's just kind of the nature of the system. I could go back patch by patch and tell you what we saw for one patch to the next, and the game changes very constantly like that. So I don't think we're in danger of seeing an extremely stale meta. Even this patch, it's changed a little bit. People didn't even know how to play Ana for a while. Let's remember that day too.
Absolutely, and let's not forget too, you stop and think about things and how the meta is going. Sombra is going to be coming into the game, and who knows what that is going to do in terms of what heroes are good, what heroes are bad. I'm looking forward to seeing some EMPs. But Kingdom right now on the attack of Sherlocky, landing that early sleep dart, going to be putting Ryan to sleep for a while as Kingdom gets a little bit of free push in the payload here. C9 gonna have to readapt here in a hurry, but Surefour on this May can be very good at controlling things.
They missed the follow-up hook, unfortunately. He did brick it against the wall because they had him slept and they wanted to bring him down and get that hook going there. So right now it is just turning into a skirmish. Mendo draws first blood against Jesus.
Mendo going in deep to start things off, and Mendo I feel like started off a little bit weaker, especially on the last Lijiang tower. Overall, relatively has been capable of, but he has really woken up here on Dorado. This has been Mendo's game, full stop. It's been great to watch, whether it be on Zarya or now on the Reaper. Just big plays coming out from him, and that's good for C9, where C9 doesn't always have to rely on Surefour to have the big game anymore.
Yeah, definitely. You need 2 very, very good DPS in this game, and not only good, but versatile. You got Surefour on the main, now you have Mendo on the Reaper, and like I said yesterday, when Mendo even plays the McCree, yes, you lose something, because I think Surefour's that good on McCree, but you don't lose a ton. Other teams lose a ton when they have to use rotations like that.
Here comes Mendo coming in off the top rope, moving in, ends up with 3, looking for more. It is the Mendo apocalypse for Kingdom. Could not have a better setup for that.
I like that.
Oh my word.
Well, first point holds have happened in the past before behind the arch, and they're going to have to maybe switch something up here to deal with the fact that Surefour's on this May. It's going to be after this push, I think. Juvenile gets the boost to start it off.
Archer comes in here from Juvenile trying to push us back in Kingdom's favor. Mendo is down, the Beast is dead. Blizzard from Surefour, though, offering the control that C9 needs as Surefour comes in right after Mendo goes down. The 1-2 punch working its magic there despite the great take initiation of Kingdom. Now Kingdom, they're on the hot seat here, Hex. They only have about 2, maybe 3 good pushes left, and oh, why, C9 has a lot still left in the tank.
I guess they're not changing up anything here. I don't know exactly what the answer is that they need to find. Maybe a Wolf needs to hit a hook early, needs to deal with May before she can start putting up walls, but they've had no luck getting any sort of entrance. Sherlocky's a long way away from getting a boost going. Maybe Jesus goes for a naked Death Blossom here, but those generally don't work. That's why you don't see him that much anymore. they do bait the wall in on the right side. They finally gained entry for this fight.
Graviton comes in late from Kai, who's waiting for the right moment, pulls into later 3. Soundbearer in here from the offense, though, so this is pretty good timing of ultimates from Kingdom. However, the Blizzard slowing their attack, and it's going to be Mendo in with the Death Blossom to finish things out. Surefour's Blizzard giving C9 the control they need in that fight after Kai's Graviton. And now a minute left. Kingdom finding themselves on the line here. If they lose this next fight, they'll be sent to the lower bracket.
Finding themselves without answers here. And ZP, what do you think they need to do here? Because they keep getting stopped by these walls.
At this point, they need to, if they can pick off Surefour early, it'd be great, but it's difficult. I think they probably need to go in more from the left, but then coming in through the center most of the time, it's clearly not working. They're getting split off. So they just need to somehow fake out C9 and get a better initiation than what they're getting. Difficult to do, but here comes Mana Snow. Going to open up here with the Graviton. Sets up Jesus with the Death Blossom. Takes down 2. All ultimates on the table here for Kingdom, and it is working out. Surefour and Rolf still alive. Rolf going to buy himself a little bit of life there, but I mean, as good as Surefour and Rolf are, this might be mission impossible, as Surefour still tries to delay this a little bit.
He was inches away from winning that fight for them with a wall. They had the wall right in front of the cart, right in front of the teams, and he accidentally just boosted Jesus up over the top rather than putting it right in front of him. I think that would have completely denied all the damage they had going in. Surefour, just, it's a game of inches, and unfortunately his wall was just a little bit too late there.
Still, though, not a great situation for Kingdom, where remember,
No.
C9 finished out this map with 2.5 minutes remaining, and this is really just Kingdom trying to pull it back. But speaking of Pulse, Wolf bringing Zarya right down, but Kai's still alive, gets healed up to full, Wolf topping him off. Still 2 members down from C9, but C9 at least keeps open the possibility of bringing this back, but it's going to be Jesus with the fall through, has 2, looking for more. Kai versus Jesus at the very end should be in Kingdom's favor. And now Jesus is going to be able to set up here for a sneaky Death Blossom.
I think Mendo thought they were going to fight a little more. The Blizzard had come in and Surefour was getting a kill, and then Mendo just jumped down to try to clean up the rest. And now Mendo and Surefour are both dead. 2 of the tanks for Kingdom are in looking for more kills. They grab another one, and now all the momentum is in favor of Kingdom. Yes, the time bank is still bad, but they are now showing signs of life and that they might even be able to finish out this map.
Indeed, and Jesus right now, he's holding the corner. This is where Reapers like perching, where they hope that everyone rolls in. It's me rolling in, they're coming in off the top. Jesus is gonna stay here on the bottom, waiting for the opportunity. Goes in, Death Blossom out, grabs 2 immediately, Kai down, Rib down, 3 kills here from Jesus, and Patience paying off for this Reaper play. And Slasher was alluding to it earlier, but Jesus really is that good at Reaper, finding great positioning time and time again, so it's been working out. Had him with a little bit of crouching there. He knew he was going to go down, but Hex, what do you think of Kingdom's odds here? 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. What do they need to do to get through this final point quickly, knowing that Blizzard is on deck?
The fights that they've won have been based on that combination, and they've run that combination a little bit better because Cloud9 had just run it right there too. They were very patient, waited for that combination to move on and just demolish the backline. They were sitting back watching, waiting for all the kills to happen. Here comes the grab. They're going to charge through it. Are they going to be able to clean this up? Winning this fight will probably win them the game.
Well, they definitely are on the right start there. Wolf with the whole hog, get the good fall through. Wolf not able to stand versus Jesus. And Jesus now rolling back in the fight, looking for the cleanup. Grabs Mendo, looking for Surefour. Has to Wraith for him. He was going to become a popsicle. I don't know if he wants to fight for Surefour here. This is actually scary. Surefour with the wall off towards the very end. He's made his own freezer. Gets the shield at the very end, and oh my goodness, almost takes down Jesus towards the end. What survivability coming out of Tasumi? He's playing so well, he's no longer Surefour. He's leveled up.
Reason this cart is back where it is and not 2 inches away from the finish is that Adam just 1v4 danced on the cart for about 10 seconds and bought them all of this time that they needed. They are going to boost in Jesus again. He is going to get into the back line. They do Earth Shatter him though and take care of the problem as the kills start piling in for Cloud9. Jesus goes down. They're going to be able to clean up Juvenile probably moments early. The Soundbearer is their last bastion of hope here in this fight.
I don't like that sound barrier coming out from Kingdom there. I think they still have enough chance to get wiped here and go back in. Not only does this give them less time for the final attack, whereas Mana Snow might just be staggering here, and he is. Oh man, that is a brutal decision there from Ajax. So now they're not going to have sound barrier for the final fight. Adam's going to have sound barrier.
They need to be careful.
This is really, really rough.
Careful. Like, what is this accomplishing right now? Being up front here, except putting yourself in a position to die before the next fight.
It's not great, and for Kingdom, they really will need a miracle here. Adam's gonna be able to initiate this with the sound barrier. Wolf almost going down from poke alone. So Kingdom on their final attempt here before getting knocked into lower bracket. They have to push this to the end. Earthshatter comes in from Rib, sets up Mendo immediately. Here comes C9. A late Graviton onto Zarya of all things as Man of Snow gets taken for a ride. Mendo still being a surgeon in the backfield, has 2. Full HP, and things are looking darker and darker right now for Kingdom. They need Wolf to be a hero at the moment, but it's not going to happen. Mendo just cleaning house, taking care of C9's business. And for C9, that should be it. They're going to hold here on Dorado Hex and move on to the grand finals.
Final score 2-3.
Solid games coming out from Cloud9, and shows why Mei is just still so good and meta right now. I mean, it does require like an entire team effort to get rid of Mei and stop that problem. And Surefour stayed alive because Jesus didn't even kill the Surefour up there. He was able to build ult and then use that Mei ult at the very end. Maybe if Surefour died.
Surefour play of the game, just absolute devastation towards the end. I mean, you do see a lot of Reaper plays of the game and all the rest, but
no.
Speaking of big plays, Jesus with 31% of his team's damage. Kingdom gotta go down here, but man, they made it interesting, and we're gonna see more of them later tonight as we go to cover the lower bracket.
Speaking of that lower bracket, who's in there?
It will be Immortals versus LG, and played in the lower bracket right now.
Yeah, I believe they are currently playing as we speak. So what we're gonna do here, guys, we are going to take a short break. We're gonna figure out what's going on to the lower bracket. When we return, though, very well could be Immortals versus LG, or the winner of that versus Kingdom. Just depends on how far along they are. This is the Alienware Monthly Melee. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will be right back in just a moment.